Aiden Jaquez. Okay. Start.
Listen. I pledge to allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, under the republic which it stands, under the nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Very good. He stood by the microphone. We heard him better than anybody. Okay, roll call, please.
Trustee Geyer?
Here.
Trustee Sperling?
Here.
Trustee Betzinger? Here. Trustee Lee?
Here.
Trustee Youngerman?
Here.
And Trustee Marisek?
Here.
Okay, we're going to start out tonight with the recognition of the Festival of Tree winners. And if we could have you come up and we'll give you something here, starting with first place, Orchard Animal Hospital. And if you guys could just stand right here and we'll get you all together. I'll give you the first one. Fox Metro, anybody here from Fox Metro? Second place. And third place, Montgomery Fire Department. Tommy Denson and somebody's got pictures. And I forgot the public comments. Anybody at this time, we have opportunity to come before the board and say anything, question about anything, or state a comment about anything. If anybody would like to, you can just step up to the podium if you're not on the agenda. Okay, seeing none, we've got now the recognition of Aiden Jaquez. I'm getting that right better now, for running half marathons in all 50 states. Aiden, come on up here. And Grandma, Kathleen Long. No, Kathleen
Taylor.
Which one was the hardest? Which? Missouri? Just because the state's Missouri?
It was. Did you say it was 75?
Was Hawaii the easiest?
Aiden, and then look for the camera. This is the other one. I'm not gonna grab these. These after. There you go. How's that? Huh? Look at all the cameras up there.
You have more cameras than the Royals.
I come a little closer.
Okay, Aiden lives in Lakewood Creek, and he told me he's going to be going to Oswego High School. He goes to Thompson right now. He went to Lakewood Elementary. He ran his first half marathon in Florida when he was 6 years set a goal to join the 50 States Half Marathon Club and ran a half marathon in all 50 states. He told me his last one was Iowa, which is one of the closer ones, but that's what he did. In October, at the age of 11, he completed his 50th state by running the Des Moines Half Marathon. I guess I should have read that a little farther. I would have known I was in Des Moines, Iowa. Aiden always loved the Guinness Book of Records and hopes to have his record certified for that book. Currently, it is something that will track, but is tracked by the Half Marathon Club, and he's the youngest person in the world to ever compete a half marathon in all 50 states. You can clap. Aiden was not alone in his quest. His grandmother, who I presented the plaque there for, so grandma can keep, ooh, nice. His grandmother's a runner, and she also completed a half marathon in all 50 states. So the two of them have done a lot of running. It was Kathleen's interest in running that got Aiden started, and together they completed the impressive goal. And with that, we give you the two plaques, but Adidas gave you something. Adidas sent in this little box. Come on up here and you can. They sent you all this stuff, huh? Adidas hat. Adidas hat, which you're gonna need now more than that, right? Shirt, Adidas. And a bag. It's got Adidas on it.
There's a $200 gift certificate from Adidas for further purchases.
Yeah, never mind. I got it. $200 to be used at the Adidas Outdoor Supply Store. Okay? Gotta get the name in there.
Can we turn the bag around, which has the name on it?
One of mine is there. Cover his shirt up with the bag.
The hat looks good on him. I think you need to. Young man, thank you. Thank you. Very good. Pledge of allegiance.
I just did the math on that. That's the equivalent of running from here to Cleveland, Ohio, and back.
I told him they could go out that side up on top, and if somebody wants to talk to him about what he did.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Aiden. Great
Good
job.
Like the hat. Okay, our next business is consent agenda. I'll read that real quick and then have a motion. Minutes of the village board meeting, December 9th, 2019. Executive session minutes of December 9, 2019. Accounts payable through December 19, 2019, in the amount of $516,832.63. Accounts payable through January 9th, 2020, in the amount of $1,085,545.98. Building report for December 2019. Accounts receivable report for December 2019. Water production report for December 2019. And cancellation of January 21st, 2020 committee of the whole. and appointments to the Beautification Committee. Motion?
So moved.
Second?
Take the roll.
Trustee Youngerman.
Yes.
Trustee Marisak.
Yes.
Trustee Guyer.
Yes.
Trustee Spurling.
Yes.
Trustee Betzinger. Trustee Lee.
Yes. And last is a resolution, items for separate agenda. Resolution 2020-001, authorizing the execution of a service level agreement for the King County Bike Share Program, and that goes to Rich.
We're going to ask that this item be tabled for tonight. There were some questions that came up from a few trustees regarding the agreement itself with the county, that we'd like to see the final version of that agreement before the resolution is passed. There was supposed to be somebody here tonight from the bike company, but I don't believe, oh, I'm sorry, you are here. I apologize. You want to come down and talk to the board, please? Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Brian Dewey. I'm the CEO of Colony. We're a bike share company actually based out of Iowa. A small company started in 2016, actually in a town, about the same town size as Montgomery, where we deployed a bike share along a trail. Since that time, we've deployed bike share programs around the country and even into Canada. Some notable ones, Northwestern University over in Evanston, for a local one, up to Cape Breton, Canada University, and down in the south, Tupelo, Mississippi, and a variety of other places. Kane County issued an RFP for the regional bike share program back in September, October, and we submitted a proposal and were accepted as the vendor of choice. So here to happily answer any questions. I brought a handful of brochures specific for the Kane County project. I will also say what Rich said, that the Kane County master agreement is not finalized yet. It should be finalized in the coming days, but yet it's not signed.
With that, a couple questions that the board had at the last meeting that we talked about this. We were trying to gauge the interest. We felt that there was interest on the part of the village and the village board for this program, so that's why we're moving forward. The number of bikes proposed would be 4. I believe that we talked about that last time, but wanted to reiterate that. The hourly rate for rental still needs to be established. I don't know what that number will be today, but we'll get that to you before the resolution is approved. And the funding for this would come out of the CIP budget. The first year to establish the program with the 4 bikes would be about $6,500. We can cut back on the number of bikes if we so choose in subsequent years, but that's the startup cost for 4 bikes, including some logos that would go on each bike. We could offset those expenses with sponsorship and then rider fees. We don't anticipate we'll generate a significant dollar amount from rider fees, but we can offset some of those costs, but it will not be sustainable without support from the CIP budget by the village. So storage would be here on site at the village hall. We would create the virtual storage area based on the app on your phone. And if bikes were taken to other parts of the county and dropped off within, I think it's 2 days, there would be 2 to 3 days it would be brought back.
Within 48 hours.
Okay, 48 hours.
So it'll be rebalanced. Typically it'll be under 24, but go ahead.
And then the company would store the bikes in the winter time when they would not be utilized. So they would not be sitting outside all winter long here at our virtual corral, if you will.
Yeah. A couple other key points as well, if I may. Our responsibility, if a bike gets stolen or damaged, we replace it. It's not on you. So, you are paying essentially to have 4 bikes here at all times. So it's not necessarily the ownership of the bike. You're just paying to have that service here. We do store them throughout the year. I believe, unless KDOT has said otherwise. I believe in the master agreement, it lays out the hourly pricing that they want to have consistent across every community. I believe it's maybe $4 for the first hour and $5 for additional hours after that, if I'm not mistaken. And there's also to be membership fees as well that you will generate revenue from. So if people buy a yearly pass or something like that, you would get that revenue.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So if the bike gets lost or stolen, if we do the upgrade with the logoing, does that get replaced as well?
Yeah, we'll replace that as well. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. In typical programs, they are funded through maybe the initial year through something, a budgeted item or grant of some sort, but then continuously funded through local sponsors is what we really advocate for.
What are the winter months that it goes into storage, or what months are the bikes there?
We know that changes drastically from year to year. I believe it lays it out in the agreement. The master agreement really answers a lot of these questions. I'm happy to, I've been sharing it with even parties prior to it being signed, just so you know what's going to be in it. It's really not going to change, if at all. But I believe they're going to be deployed no later than maybe April 15th or May 1st on typical years, and pulled no later than December 1st. But it could also be dependent on the first snowfall. So the first accumulated snowfall, we will pull the bikes.
I know the last meeting, I think a question came up that if I was coming with my family to rent bikes, with the app, could I rent multiple bikes, or would each person have to have?
Yeah, no, so we currently don't have that feature now, but that feature will actually be developed February, March timeframe, so plenty ahead of the time that you guys will be releasing your system.
Okay, thank you.
And then with the app, you can tell what bikes are at what location. So you can look on the app and see all 4 bikes are here at our location, or just 2, or?
Yeah. You will, as a user, you can see where these bikes are at, if they're checked out already or which bikes are available. On the city side, or as you being a partner, a benefit is you also get access to what we call a dashboard, and we provide data to see where people are actually riding and how much people are using it. And it comes actually to be beneficial potentially when designing and maybe installing bike lanes or even bike signage to maybe steer people to the right direction to get off busy roads. So that data is free of charge. You get it in a really easy to understand way, and it can be really beneficial.
But you'll have a sign that'll say how to go to the app and all that stuff for somebody. It'll be right there.
Yeah, a little sign on the bike rack, and then also on the bike. The process is we typically just push them to download the app, and then the instructions follow in the app of how to do it. It's very, very simple.
Do you know what the term is in that master agreement?
The length of the agreement?
Yes.
So the master agreement is a 2-year agreement with a 3rd-year option. The Kane County is subsidizing part of this. So if you get in on the initial purchase, I believe they have $30,000 or $35,000 allocated that they're going to evenly distribute depending on how many bikes you have. So that will help also offset the first year.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
We need a motion to table then.
Right, motion to the table.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Table pending.
Take the roll.
Trustee Guyer?
Yes.
Trustee Spurling?
Yes.
Trustee Betzinger? Trustee Lee?
Yes.
Trustee Youngerman?
Yes.
Yes.
You didn't call me. I was trying to decide if you were first or seconded. I wasn't sure.
Seconded.
I was getting there.
All right, items for discussion. We have some gentlemen here tonight. Mark?
Thank you, Trustee Lee. So tonight, just wanted to bring in a couple of newer employees for the Public Works staff that have joined us. Obviously, our last meeting was in early December. So we have brought some new employees onto our staff, so just wanted to bring them in front of the village board and introduce them. So I'll have the 3 gentlemen stand up. First is Aaron Miller. Aaron comes to us, he is a maintenance worker in our street division. John Erb is also a maintenance worker in our street division. And last is Jason Carey, who is one of our new water plant operators. So just wanted to introduce them tonight, and we look forward to their contributions to make to the village and their future here.
Very good.
Thank you guys for coming in.
Okay, anybody else got any new or unfinished business? I'm sure Teresa has something.
I just have one thing. I wanted to congratulate Pete Wallers. There was a very nice write-up in the newspaper about Mr. Wallers last month in the paper. It was very well done. I just wanted to congratulate him.
Anything else? Anybody?
Yeah, I just would like to, again, reach out to the chief and say thank you very much for the Citizens Police Academy and the implementation of that. We had our graduation ceremony. They could not have been more gracious with their time and that they gave to us. The involvement from the officers that participated and volunteered their time to put this together and present to each of us was unbelievable. That the knowledge that they all have, I was blown away by it. So thank you to everyone over at the PD and Chief for implementing that program. Thank you.
Very good. Anything, Mr. Chairman? No. Anything, Dan? Okay. Future meetings. Committee of the whole meeting for Tuesday, January 21st is canceled. And intergovernmental meeting next Monday at 6? No. January 27th at 6, and the village board meeting will follow at 7, January 27th. And I would like to make sure intergovernmental, we're going to talk about everything and get some things down pretty flat on Montgomery Fest and some of the other stuff. Without a stage now, we got some things we got to figure out.
Going back to new and unfinished, I apologize. Electronics recycling event is Saturday, correct?
Correct. So this Saturday will be the household hazardous waste and electronic recycling will be taking place at the Village's Public Works Department, 891 Nell. That starts at 8 a.m. and runs till 1 p.m. So it's available to the residents who partake in our refuse contract.
There's always a line. Do you no paper shredding though this time?
You know, I'm not 100%. I don't believe there is on this
so.
event, no.
I don't think so. Okay. All right, anything else? If not, meeting's adjourned.
So moved.
Second.
Go ahead. Roll.
Trustee Youngerman.
Yes.
Trustee Marisak.
Yes.
Trustee Guyer.
Yes.
Trustee Spurling.
Yes.
Trustee Betzinger. And Trustee Lee.
Done. All right. Do you want to take this back?